always go to learn how to play. It's always compromised lover. The shoot out of Westgate, we made it down the road. Sweet Jesus, take my head. I feel myself going down to the south and west. Town called Hungry as we flew down the southern road. I was skidding and a slipping and a sliding. I was yanked by the devil and just sweet Jesus, take my head in your hands. Beside me, I feel myself going down. Coming home. Coming out! Run out of harm's way. You know you can't even see that stuff on the road. We think once or twice. I broke I think my fucking. Sweet Jesus, take my head in your hands. I feel myself going down to the south and west. There's a song called Black Metal.
come to Athens back in the 90s were either these sort of like commercial-minded, like rock star wannabe bands who wanted to be the next Black Crowes or whatever, or there were these weird kind of underground bands that we related to better as weird Athens bands. There was not a whole lot of money involved. There was a lot of creativity and some pretty weird, cool stuff, and those were the bands that we thought were interesting and fascinating, and that was the Smoke side of things. And some of it was quieter and, you know, leaned in one musical direction or the other, and some was really heavy, and Chris was involved with a lot of that, and Justin was involved with a lot of that. So I was dazzled more by the creativity of that underground. A lot of it happened to be in that sort of East Atlanta, Cabbagetown scene, but it was more of an economic thing because it wasn't a really ritzy part of town. That's where all the starving musicians and weirdos kind of lived at the time. Just it so happened to be like that, kind of like parts of Athens. But I was on the outside experiencing it whenever they came to Athens. But they were in the middle of it. And you were at Vanderbilt, so.
I was in Birmingham at
at the Nick hanging around.
eating at the club, dining at the club. And
yeah.
hitting golf balls at Vestavia Country Club and climbing the Vulcan.
But you were talking to Creative Loafing about this a few weeks ago. The Cabbage.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's just kind of like one of those scenes where that's just kind of people, because you know people, where you just kind of gather around, and it's just like, yeah, cheap part of town, cheap place to live. Yeah, it was a fertile time for everybody, and it was just youth, you know what I mean? And so, you know, some people moved on, some people kept playing in bands. Our band, you know, writing songs was really important to me. It's where I just kind of, you know, I'm the kind of person that like listened to a million records when I was a kid, and then when I was a young adult, listening to records and getting into new kind of music, you know, because like when you hear like hardcore for the first time, you're like, I don't understand that. Hey, now I understand that. Or noise music. That was another big part of, like, you know, there was like kind of a noise contingency. There was like a rock and roll contingency. There was, you know, so it's like everybody was just kind of learning, you know what I mean? Just learning how to be a person in the world artistically. And then learning, you know, different lifestyles too, you know what I mean? You come from, I mean, I'm a suburban kid, you know what I mean? A lot of that stuff flipped me out, you know, like Benjamin taught me a lot about how to be a free person and how to be accepting and, you know, how to be a performer. Lots of those tips. So, yeah, fascinating, very interesting time in my life.
Not a whole lot of MTV rock star stuff going on either. It was more organic and down to earth, and a lot of support from different areas. That was the impression I got.
Nobody was really thinking about being
sort of like a random community of people who were just sort of doing things because they felt compelled to be artistic.
Sure.
Yeah, they're bored. Let's see what we can do. Let's make some noise.
People, dig.
That was the impression we got in Athens.
People who dig music. I mean, you know, you can think of like, you know, early '90s, like things were changing. People were, you know, just people digging new kinds of music, trying to emulate that. If, you know what I mean?
Cheap too. The indie rock kind of like, well, we've got a tape deck. Let's make a record for $20. So you could actually make that happen.
People forget what indie really meant.
Independent and cheap.
Independent and cheap.
Low budget.
And no record major label funding.
So there were a lot of bands that kind of intermingled, you know, like, and it goes like way back, Opal Fox Quartet, you know, before Smoke, and Jody Grind, and, you know, like Kelly from the Jody Grind was in the Rocketeens. We just, another one of those things where like, let's just make a band, you know what I mean? And we'll just make it a band that you would want to hear.
Oh, the wind is swimming through the trees again. We made our way down to the lake. We left the car by the Ansley gate. We took off the Tennessee plates. Took all that we could take. Now we lit it like a birthday cake. We look back up. She just turned and smiled. would end the tears, Mom. I didn't think that they'd be mine. I didn't think that they'd be mine. I look back, I just had to smile. When I think back up, I just had to. And when I look back, I just had to smile. Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you. It's a song about the love of records and how you can hide in music. Run away from gorgeous noise. Sing hooray for the gorgeous voice. It's a sweet rock and roll. I'm in the rainy streets of Istanbul. I'm on the sunny side of the moon. And the trolls, oh, they're coming low. My headphones are mama. I'm lost in sound. I'll never ever ever be found. You were the one. Oh, you were the one. I'm in the place. I'm in the place. I'm in the rain. I'll kiss the ringing in my ears. Keep me safe from all my fears. Catch a spell to make my house, but my house cast away to fall. I'm lost in sound. I'll never ever ever be found. You were the one. Oh, you were the one. I'm in a haze. I'm in a chase. I'm in a place. How many days? I'm out of phase. I'm out of phase. With the tablet on my tongue, or take me away to when I'm young. Or sing me away, Sada shores, Sada shore. Never again. I'm lost in sound. I'll never be found. You were the one. You were the one. Found my way. Oh, you'll never be now. You were the one. I'm in the haze. I'm in the day. I'm out of phase. How many days? I need a home. I need a home.
Just picked up where we left off. It was like we had a month off musically. We still had our own, the same gear and the same mannerisms and the same, it was like this comically dysfunctional kind of band practice kind of scene like we always had. Like, what? How does this start? What's going on? Do we have any more beer? Like, it was just like it always was, years and years later. So that felt good, and then we actually sounded better because we had this, gap where we had time to listen back to our old tunes and play them the way we wished we'd played them back when we recorded them, because we're always rushed to record stuff, and it's like, damn, I wish I'd played this a little more easy, or we played this a little slower or a little more upbeat. So the old stuff sounded better, and then all of a sudden we had new stuff too, and that was all because of the songs that Chris was working on, not necessarily for the Rocketeens, but just songs. And one thing led to another, and here we are.
I mean, as we got together and really enjoyed what we were doing, so we played, that Merge anniversary show, and then we booked some shows before it, like maybe we should, get the act together before we get on a big stage. Then we're like, well, hey, why don't we go, do like a Northeastern tour, and did, a few shows, and they went really well. And then we're like, oh, this is great. Now what do we do now that it's over? And it was like, if we're going to continue doing this, we need to make a record.
It's probably the best sounding and best played and most fully realized record we've done, because every record's got its personality, but this one's kind of big and confident, and I don't know, it still sounds like the Rocketeens, but I mean, you were there for the whole thing, Will. You were kind of the coach all the way through.
Oh.
Yeah, you were.
No, it was nice to be able to it wasn't like it was planned out. It was still a lot of spontaneous things happened, and the album evolved, but it was better time frame.
It was a healthy way to do
better
it.
equipment.
Yeah. Better thought process. Yeah.
Better recording technology that exists.
Yeah. Things are different from the old days when it was like, all right, let's go. We've got 8 hours. Let's do as much as we can. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go with it. So we were able to. We actually redid half the stuff. I came back and redid drum parts that I'd done months before, just to fix a little beat, and it worked out really, really well. I look forward to doing another one if we've got it in us.
The stones let in the light. Bartholomew won't you just get in line? You got another more outside. Outside. She's coming back again, just like yesterday. So sad to say, so don't be mad, 'cause Tuesday's hot. I'm praying, not mistaken. I'm praying, not mistaken. I'm praying, yeah. She sent her. I'm going back to 6, but it's all washed up. Oh, she's all I've after. Wednesday said, just yesterday, she's coming back again, just like laughing twins. She's sad to say, so don't laugh. It's Tuesday time. Gypsy Creek, so Tuesday can't be so bad. I'm praying, you're mistaken. I'm praying, you're mistaken. There you go, Tom. Thank y'all so much. Ciao, ciao.